Because we're now hearing that Chelsea are linked with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, so as we know, there are a number of transfers being discussed between Chelsea and Barcelona. A number of players could move in either direction. And my understanding is that one of those players that's been discussed is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Now, Chelsea at the moment are heading into a new Premier League season with Kai Havertz as their main centre-forward. He has played there. It is a role that he has performed proficiently both before his time at Chelsea and while he's been at the club. But the club let Romelu Lukaku go back to Inter Milan on loan on the basis that they were going to get another forward in this window. That search, my understanding, has stepped up in the last few days, and Aubameyang is a name that has now emerged. I think it's significant that when you think about the reshuffle at Chelsea this summer following the takeover of the club, the departure of Marina Granovskaya and of Petr Cech, Tuchel's taken on a more important role in terms of identifying players. And with Aubameyang, he's got a fantastic relationship. The pair had 2 years together at Borussia Dortmund, and he's spoken glowingly about him ever since their time together in Germany. And it is my understanding that he is a player that does interest Tuchel and thinks he could do a job, as we all know, as we've seen him do in the Premier League for Arsenal. He thinks that he could fill that gap, even though he's 33 years old.
So, Gemma, what's Barcelona's position on this?
Well, let's start for the player's position. He doesn't want to go. The coach position, Xavi doesn't want Aubameyang to go. Why, if he has such an overbooking in the forward line? Because we don't know about Ansu Fati fitness, and we don't know about Memphis Depay future, and he's not counting on Braithwaite. But saying that the player doesn't want to go, the coach doesn't want him to go, but what is the club thinking? Well, you know, they are under pressure to raise funds in order to register their new players. In La Liga, they already signed a forward duo, Rafinha and Lewandowski, and it would be such a good operation, money-related, because he costed nothing, and they can take profit, and this profit would be good for balancing the books. And there's another thing, is that this second season, his salary is increasing substantially. So saying that the actors, they don't want this move, but the club, the financial part of the club, they might be interested in Aubameyang making this move to Chelsea.
Ale, you're Aubameyang. You know that Lewandowski's come in. You know that Chelsea needs someone to go and score the goals for them. What are you going to do? Are you going to go to Chelsea, or are you going to fight for your place at Barcelona?
When is the next flight to Chelsea? When do I leave Barcelona for London? And while the line for him to get into a position where he can play is led by Lewandowski, and it's only one player that he would be competing against, is perhaps Barcelona's most important player coming into the season. You make the investment to go get Lewandowski, he's going to be the focal point. And so while it may just be one player and you're just one injury away, if that injury doesn't happen, you're not going to play. And if indeed you play, you'll play on the outside. And then when you go and stand in those lines and the outside, then you have to stand behind Dembele and Rafinha and Ansu Fati, and it gets crowded, and now you don't have a place in the team. So if you're Aubameyang and you seem to have a direct path to actually getting on the field and playing a critical role in a team's success and a team at the level of Chelsea, I think you take that path and you say, thank you, Barcelona. It was a great time. You've chosen Lewandowski. I'm out. See you all later.
Do you agree with that, Shaka?
I do, but here's a challenge from the players and the players' mentality, especially those players who came in January, like Aubameyang. They joined the club at a time when Barcelona were, in relative terms, were struggling, where they were trying to find that identity under Xavi. They were trailing both Real Madrid and Sevilla by a long way, and you take that gamble to come into the club. And it worked out in Barcelona finishing second, Champions League football to come, and then you see, and I'm sure we'll discuss the finances and how Barcelona are able to do all of this, but that aside, you see the arrivals coming in, and now prospects look so much better in August than they did in December and January. And you want to be a part of that. The issue is, and Ali's right to point out, that Aubameyang is, while it's a very short list as to who plays centre forward, you couldn't ask to be behind somebody more prominent than Robert Lewandowski in that position. And while Aubameyang can drift either side, again, you look down both wings, you don't feel that Aubameyang is preferred as a winger either. So what is his option? And that's the challenge. Do you want to stay at Barcelona and be a part of the project, be a part of the prospect that is to come, knowing that you may spend more time on the sidelines than on the pitch? Or do you go to Chelsea, where you have that chance of playing, of being part of a Thomas Tuchel side and a Chelsea team that are competing in Champions League as well, and have their sides set equally high?
Gemma, could letting Aubameyang go to Chelsea help Barca out with their finances? Is it true that they are still hoping to get rid of some players to register new ones?
Well, now they are not able to register the players they have signed. There is like a 100 million gap between what Barcelona understands that are revenues for these economical operations they have been doing, and what La Liga understands. We still don't know the number because the La Liga is still working on the numbers on the book, but we've been told it would be about that. So Barcelona are working in the fourth, as Joan Laporta tells, palanca, these economical layers. They will be needing to sell in the next few days 24.5% of Barca studios. That will bring money, and they think that with that they will be plus the getting rid of some players. They will be able to register them all. The plan is to have all them, Lewandowski, Rafinha, even Dembele, because he's like a new signing for the La Liga opening. That's what they are working on that. So Joan Laporta, what he's saying is that if this difference is that big, they will pull this other palanca. It could be a fifth economical layer in the future. The members approve that it's the sale of the half of the merchandising company, BLS. So they will do whatever. They are taking a huge risk. It's like taking a mortgage, but thinking that they need this to make this team stronger in order to have more revenues in tickets and more success. And it's the economically the way they think they can make success and more money.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.